Okay, in this problem, they give us some information. They say that they surveyed 117 people. 40 said they had a cell phone, 55 said they had a tablet, and 13 of them said they had both. And then they ask you a bunch of questions. So, probably the best thing to do is to construct a Venn diagram, and then it'll help you answer the questions. So, we're talking about cell phones and we're talking about tablets. So, I'm going to make two circles. So this is cell and this is tab. So let's see. 13 had both. I always start with the overlap one. 13 had both, so that means the overlap of those two circles are 13 people. Now we have to figure out these other sections. What number goes here, what number goes here, and what number goes outside. How many people had nothing, had neither of the two. So let's figure out the cell. Let's see. It says 40 had a cell phone, and of those 30, 13 had both. So this section here is just going to be that 40 minus the 13. So that gives you 27. And how about for the tablet? They said 55 had a tablet, 13 had both. So this section is going to be the 55 minus the 13. So that's equal to 42. So now we have 27 in this just cell section, 13 on the overlap, and 42 in the tab section. Now let's figure out what this number is. How many people had neither? Well, there was 117 people surveyed. So let's subtract off these three numbers, minus the 27, minus the 13, minus the 42, and I think you get 35. So this is equal to 35. So 35 people had no cell or no tablet. So let's start answering the questions by using our Venn diagram. How many had a cell or a tab for part A? A cell or a tab? Well, that's the 27 that just had the cell, the 13 that had both, and the 42 that had just the tab. So I think if you add that up, you get 82. How about part B? How many had neither a cell nor a tab, didn't have either one? Guess what? That's that area outside the two circles. That's the 35 that we just figured out. Okay, how many just had a cell? Cell only? That's going to be the part of the circle in the cell that didn't overlap, so that's the 27. And how many had a tablet but not a cell? That's the part in the tab that don't overlap, that's a 42. So here's a case where making a Venn makes this very much easier to solve than trying to figure it out in your head. It would be kind of tough. So I hope that helps.